Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. So you've decided to purchase you some MREs, or meals ready to eat. So the only question is, do you buy a military version or do you buy a commercially available version? Let's find out. Okay, so you've decided to add MREs either to your preps or to use them recreationally. You know, like hiking, camping, climbing, what have you. These things are really good for those intended purposes because you don't have to carry a full mess kit, because everything in here, as the name implies, the meal is ready to eat. It doesn't require any preparation, and sort of as a luxury, kind of a bonus, they do include ration heaters to actually take your entree and actually make it hot, make it more enjoyable. But one thing to note, if you are just getting into this particular food option, these things were originally made for the U.S. military, and authentic military MREs do have a Department of Defense logo, and also they have a handy message down here about talking about how they're not for commercial resale. But I don't think you got to worry about going to jail over having some MREs, because these things do find their way to the commercial market. And because of the actual demand in that market for them, you have companies that step up and meet that demand. And this is one of the companies, XMRE. And one of the things you're going to find with a lot of companies like this that do make their own rations, they are still going to source a lot of the components that the companies that make the U.S. military rations do. So what we're going to do, we're going to see the difference in between the two to see if you're actually losing out anything, if you just want to buy an aftermarket. And there are also companies out there that make their own rations, and sometimes they'll even make their own menu items or their own rations altogether. Not saying anything particular here, but there's a company that does that, Minotaur Trading Company. But the general theme here is pretty much the same. It's to give you calories that require as little effort as possible to make them and to use them. The weight is negligible because these things are ready to eat, so the liquid and everything's going to be there, so you're going to have a little bit more weight. And when we talk about the military rations, there is sort of a running joke among, I've got a lot of friends that are retired military, and they all like to say the same joke about these things. They like to call them, for MRE, instead of meal ready to eat, they call it like, meal refusing to exit. And because these things, they don't generally have a lot of fiber. So if you're going to be eating these, just take note to try to like maybe double your water intake, and it'll help, keep things moving. But what we're going to do, we're going to look at both these to see, as I said, what the difference is. And I tried to get some that were pretty comparable in date. And the date code on this guy is 9133. So the 133rd day, I'm assuming 2019. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's 2009. But it don't matter, because this is a Menu 16, a chicken burrito bowl, and the one I have here from XMRE is the same. It's a chicken burrito bowl. And this one is from, let's see, this is from 8270, so the 270th day of, again, I'm assuming this, well, I know this is 2018. So what we're going to do, set this to the side, and we will open the military ration first and see what all the actual genuine military MRE has to offer. And one thing to keep in mind too, you have only a few companies that actually make the components, which will be Sapaco, Ameriqual, and Warnick, or that have made components for MREs. And you'll find that a lot of the menu items are the same. It's the exact same item sourced from those respective companies. And some of those companies actually do make these available on the commercial market. But the reason why I went with an XMRE was because comparing these two MREs, these are about as far divorced as you can get, because this is actually a completely standalone company to a company that would be producing them for the military anyway, just adapting it to the commercial market. So one good thing about these is the components will be wrapped in an actual another bag in the sort of heavier plastic bag, which is good because it just helps give you another layer of protection for the components actually inside of the MRE itself. Okay, and let's see, we got your hot beverage bag, which is going to give you a lot of markings and stuff. Don't know how good that's going to show up. Just to mix those drinks up. So you do have this, because as I said, this is really made, these things are made with the intention of you really kind of having everything that you need within the respective bags, not having to pack a lot of extra stuff. And this is that ration heater, which the little cells there in there have kind of given up their contents. So you would need to probably add a little salt to this guy to get him to do anything. But it's very simple. It has very, very foolproof instructions on it. You just add a little bit of water to it, and it activates the little heating elements that are in here, and it'll heat up your main, which is nice to have, a warm meal instead of a cold meal. They give us a little thing of pepper sauce, a little packet of pepper sauce, and they give us a beverage base powder orange, which you put in that hot beverage bag, and you can mix it right on up. And it does have, you'll notice in the directions and the use directions, they have, they mention a canteen cup, because as I said, this is adopted for the military. We have some plain tortillas. Okay, we have some cheese spread. Some regular cheese spread, not jalapeno, unfortunately. And we have some trail mix, some recovery trail mix, which I believe has almonds and all kinds of good stuff in it. Let's see. Yep, has almonds, cashews, peanuts, and boy, a lot of ingredients, a lot of other ingredients. And that's the thing with these that you need to keep in mind. The reason why these things kind of do wreak havoc on some people's digestive tracts is because these things have a very long shelf life. 5 years is the norm, stored in ideal conditions, which is around that 70, 72 degrees, not having big swings in temperature, not going from like really cold, freezing to, like 110 degrees hot. Stable environment, preferably out of direct sunlight exposure, and you can get 5+. You can actually, if you guys know Steve, you can see he eats MREs that are 20 years old and older. So, these things have a really long shelf life, but they do put a lot of very unnatural things in the food, like all of our food is messed with anyway, that wreaks havoc on some people's digestive system. So that's something to keep in mind if this is going to be an option for you. All right, we have a chocolate chip toaster pastry, which 9 times out of 10 is a Pop-Tart. And they give us a heating sleeve that you can open up for the main, and actually has the chicken burrito bowl on it with all of the ingredients. And it gives you the nutrition facts and all that, but you can actually put the main, which is your chicken burrito bowl, and it's in its retort pouch. You can just take this, put it in the heating sleeve, take the heating sleeve, stick it in here, let it do its thing, and you're good to go. Okay, so chicken burrito bowl comes with the chicken burrito bowl entree. It comes with the tortillas. It comes with a chocolate chip toaster pastry. It comes with trail mix and cheese spread. So they want you to put the cheese spread on the tortilla to use with the chicken burrito bowl mix. They give you a typical MRE spoon, and then they have their accessory pack, which will have just all of your little miscellaneous doodads, including some toilet paper. Because again, this is used for guys that are going to be out in the field or on operation, and they are definitely going to need stuff like that. They also give you a moist towelette, which is nice. And they give you some creamer and some Bill's Brew coffee, dried coffee. They give you, oh, this is interesting. I've never seen, I don't really see Splenda a whole lot for sweeteners in MREs, but there you go, Splenda. Some salt and some chiclets. And contrary to popular belief, these are not laxatives. It's just gum. There is some, there's a component in gum that can, have that effect, but these are not purposely laid out laxatives. They want the troops that use these to just really drink a lot of water. So, all right, so that's all to the side, and I'll go ahead now and open the XMRE, which these guys do a really good job in their marketing, and that's how I found them, and I really like their products. This is from their 1300 XT line, which basically just means that on average they're shooting for 1300 calories in this particular MRE. So let's open this thing up, and it pretty much they make them the same, with the same theme sort of as the military variant. It has just the same kind of bag, and it's sealed a lot better. Yeah, that seal was a lot tougher. Okay, and with this one, there is no inner bag. All the components are just in the bag. And we have the same type of beverage powder. It's just a different flavor. This is a lemon lime. And for the military one, we got the orange. So yeah, you can see, guys, this is the same. It's actually packaged by the same company. Hopefully that text will come in. You can see there at the bottom, packaged by the exact same company. Okay, so we got that. We have some cheese spread. So exactly the same cheese spread. All right, so far that's the same. We have a frosted brown sugar cinnamon toaster pastry instead of the chocolate chip. And again, this is just going to be a Pop-Tart or a Pop-Tart-like item. So the same thing, again, just different flavor. And they give us some chipotle tortillas. So these are kind of a little more spicy tortilla. Let's see here. Yes, and of course it just says chipotle chili pepper, some garlic, some onion, and spices. So yes, so with the military version, we got plain tortillas. With the XMRE, we actually got some spicy tortillas. Depending on your personal preference, that's going to be, what you like. And we got a chicken burrito bowl here, which again, it's pretty much the same thing. Now the retort pouch on this one does look a little bit different. Let's see. Nope, the tear notches are long ways. So yeah, it's kind of the same. Yeah. The writing is a little bit different, and this one has some U.S. inspection little stamps on the bottom of it, on the bottom of the retort pouch. So yeah, here, I'll let you guys, if it'll focus. I don't know if it's going to pick up that writing or not. You can see this is the military version over here, and this is the XMRE version. But you can see the pouches are the same. The tear notches are in exactly the same place. And pretty much they're going to be from one of, 2 or 3 companies that XMRE probably has a contract with to purchase those for their MREs. We do get a flameless ration heater, and let's see, this is an actual U.S. military sort of flameless ration heater. You can see up here on the top. Let's see, yeah, you can see it compared to this one. They're identical. It's really the same thing. So no difference in that from the military version. So you get the flameless ration heater, and you get the hot beverage bag, which again, it's identical. There's no difference. It's the same thing. Now this is their sleeve, and their sleeve is exactly the same. No, it's not. Okay, perfect example. XMRE, you can see down here at the bottom, their chicken burrito bowl came from the Warnick company. And the U.S. military MRE, down here where my finger is, this came from Ameriqual. So these are, you know, companies that make these for the military. So same chicken burrito bowl, just two different companies. And this is one of the things XMRE does to sort of set themselves apart. Instead of the military that has a, they call this a recovery trail mix. Let's see who made this. Who is this made by? This is made by Packer Services in New Jersey. Okay, so this is the military option for their snack mix. And this is actually XMRE's own dry fruit mix. This is something that they packaged themselves. This one is significantly less. This is only 1 ounce here, and this is 62 grams. Okay, come on now. All right, well, this is 62 grams. This is 1 ounce. Feels like it's more. I don't know the conversion right off the top of my head. But this one has banana chips. Let's see, banana chips, coconut oil, sugar, banana flavor. Okay, dried pineapple. Okay. What else we got? Oh man, just a bunch of stuff. Product of the Philippines and Thailand. Okay. So coconut oil, yeah, and a whole lot of flim flam. But if it'll focus, I'll leave it there for just a second if you want to see those ingredients. Okay, and we have finally their accessory kit. And XMRE's accessory kit doesn't have toilet paper. All right, no toilet paper, but we do get this one brown napkin. We do get a MRE spoon. Let's see, and it is exactly the same. So this is an MRE spoon, just not in this little plastic bag that you get in the military variant. So same spoon. We get 2 king sugars, where we only got 1 sugar in the military. We got the same, well, kind of the same moist towelette. We got the, ooh, this is coffee instant type 2. Now, believe it or not, when you start watching MRE reviews on people that open them and eat them on camera and give you the review, a lot of these guys really have preferences on the types of coffee. And I've seen guys that really love this particular type 2 spray dried coffee. And yeah, so this one came with the type 2. We have salt and pepper, and we have some Nestle creamer. So there was no hot sauce, or pepper sauce, I should say. The military gave you pepper sauce. XMRE just gave you spicy tortillas. So yeah. So to answer the question, if you've made it this far in the video, thank you very much. And to answer the topic of this particular video, it doesn't really matter. Basically, you're getting toilet paper. There's going to be little, differences in the actual components, but at the end of the day, your money is pretty much buying you the same thing. Whether you go with the military, the actual genuine military versions, or you go with the commercially available options, they're pretty much the same. You're not missing out by having one or the other. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. You can't go wrong. Just buy either, and really buy the menus that you actually want to eat. Now, if you do talk to a lot of military guys, ex-military guys, they'll tell you they like to take a case, they like to dump all the MREs out, they like to open all of them, pour them all together, and actually build their own MREs. A lot of guys that I talk to, they recount stories of them doing that. So yeah, if you've made this far, if that red subscribe button is not gray, man, hit it for me, please. Subscribe to the channel. There's going to be a link in a upcoming video for you. And yeah, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, comment down below if you have any particular preferences to MREs, or if you just like carrying the straight up food you got to reconstitute, like Mountain House, or is this a viable option for you? And yeah, let me know, because I really like to hear what you guys think about this. And that's all I got. See you next time. Peace.